Customers section. Clients are the lifeblood of your business. Our platform makes your Neobank a client-focused one, paying great attention to the client's activities history, segmentation and in-bank activities. This idea develops in our Customers section. We have an All Customers subsection with a log of all clients. Each client has a unique ID in the system, their balance, cohort, that stands for the week of the acquisition, contract details, pricing, fees and limits setting he or she is assigned to. The list may contain some 100,000 of your clients, so you can filter them by one of the values available. Let's look into the details about a specific client. We structure and visualize the information about each client in his or her client profile. When the client shares some of the information that can be added to the profile, the system updates it. This is important because you'll want to know the client's activities on both the micro and macro levels to help you make the right marketing and business decisions. You can see a typical client profile here with the icon, contacts and personal information. Here is added data about his occupation, interests and so on. This information is not valuable for the sake of its collection or that it's private, but because knowing it, you can offer a service or price plan that this particular client will value. Even better, with our analytics and customer management systems, you can do it not just for one client, but segments of relevant clients. Ray Johnson is interested in PC games and has children. With our system, you can find out that he is a gamer and use this knowledge to both his and your advantage. You could offer him a discount on a new game, or give him a discount from a game shop, for example. Knowing he has children and that he makes regular purchases for them, you can offer him family discounts for specific categories of products, or advise an insurance package for 5 members from one of your vendors. But where do we get the information to make these decisions? How do you know which segment is suitable for Ray? For that, we built the questionnaire instrument. Our client Ray seems to have answered 96 questions we've been asking him from time to time. With these answers, we have automatically attributed him to relevant categories. We will get into the questionnaire and client segmentation subsection a bit later. Here you see the active sessions. You can watch him doing some actions in your Neobank, so you may get some insights about your product usability. If sessions seem suspicious, end it. Here is the information about accounts opened by the client, the history of contacts he was using and was switching from. Some of the user's information is critical, so you need to run regular KYC checks for it. This section collects information about the KYC checks, the information uploaded to the client's profile and your team's comment. Set the KYC check-in frequency according to your regulator's demands. You can see that Donald's credentials will be checked in 2022. You can manually change KYC checking day to the one you need. You can manually approve the documents or add integration with a third-party solution for automated client profile check. The passport is uploaded for KYC check. The login history shows the locations and activities performed during the sessions from these places. The login from Kiev seems to be a bit suspicious because previous sessions were always from Lithuania, so we suspend it to secure the client's account. All communication tickets with this client can be seen under the Support History tab. Before freezing the account due to suspicious login activity, we've contacted the customer to clarify the issue. In the next tab, you see the history of the disputes with the customer. We see that some of them are still open. In detail, we can see the live chat with the client. Once everything is settled, the support manager will resolve it. The Transactions section logs all the operations your client has performed. You can filter the operations by time, type, web or terminal. You can add mobile too, currency, and its current status. You can also search for a particular operation that you're interested in. Finally, when you know your client and can help him in his activities within the Neobank, let's look into how much you have earned from this customer's activities. Choose the currency for data presentation, US dollars or any you need. The LTV chart shows if the value the client has accumulated for you exceeds your spending on their acquisition, remarketing and so on. The payback graph shows how many days it takes to reach the break-even point. Some clients can reach them within 30 days, some in 90 days. Of course, the shorter the payback period, the better will the overall performance of your business be. You can go into details to find what exactly the key moneymaker feature was for Ray. Is his example typical for your clients? The chart shows how he used this or that feature since the start. Below you can track each transaction in detail, together with the commission data. Overall, you can view the info about each client here, plus get an overview of your unit economics. We collect the data about your clients, big and large segments. So with the data about thousands of your users, you'll know how much you've earned from this week's cohort, how many days you need to start getting profit from them, and how a new contract you've offered them pays back. We have seen the KYC for individual clients. Now we can see globally the scope of clients that were under revision. 180 of them need manual revision and approval, and your support has already contacted 20 of your clients for additional info. Let's look what we have here. The client's ID and icon from the client's accounts do not match. Moreover, the tax payment ID has the jurisdiction of another country. You can ask him to provide alternative proof data. Otherwise, it may be a fraud account, or your client's account is hacked. So you can approve or reject the profile then. Here are all the rejected profiles in the block list. In the details, you can see all the info about the client, the notes of the managers responsible for making the decision, together with the possible reasons why the user was banned. In case it was done by mistake, you can unban the user at the same time. Customer acquisition cost is a log of weekly marketing spending. You may have 7 to 10 acquisition channels, and it can be hard to integrate their analytics into your Neobank's core. Instead, you may ask your marketing manager to update weekly expenses on the user acquisition. The cohort of new clients are organized by weeks, so you'll know the acquisition cost of each client you market to. Client development and segmentation are more than about the weeks since clients were acquired. It's a grouping of people with similar behavior, interests and designs, so you can offer better service to them. Our tool allows you to know your clients for real. You can automate this process by asking your customers preset survey questions. In the segmentation settings, choose the number and the periodicity of the questions you ask. You either create or update the settings. We can add new questions under the Add Question section. Enter the question, choose its type and add answer options. Leave a text box for the open question. Was your question a relevant one? Check the response rate for the questions you create to find out. When you have created enough questions to make the segment out of those who answer them, go to the Segments list to create one. Under Create a new segment, name the segment and group the questions that belong to it. You see that we have already formed the segments around certain questions for our target audience. Check the numbers of users in animal lovers and family and children. You can create special offers for them to keep them within your Neobank. Or if one of these segments' average revenue exceeds any other, you can try to acquire more of them for your product.